Hi, my name is Nancy Michel. I am the Chief of the Victim Witness Assistance Division for the Jefferson Parish District Attorney's Office. This is National Crime Victims' Rights Week, and this week we celebrate the tremendous progress made on behalf of crime victims. Normally we would have events to celebrate across the parish and join with our partners throughout the metropolitan area. However, with COVID-19, this has been a very traumatic year for so many people and for the criminal justice process, especially for our crime victims. It has been one heck of a year. Victims have contacted us during this pandemic and they were wondering, what's happening to our case? What are we going to do? Are they going to get out? And we had to field those calls, and we had to assure our victims that, one, we are still here, it's just a delay, they're not going anywhere, and we are there for them. We had to explain to them, COVID has affected us all, we are here now, we don't go away. That's what we always tell our victims, that's what we do. We are their support, we are their advocates, we are their constant. The criminal justice process was still operating. Arrests were still being made. People were still getting charged. And the system was operating, even though it was a daunting task. It was still moving. We were still charging people. We were still sending out notifications. But our process, what we do, was still going. We had to work remotely, and we had to figure out what was the best way to do that. Thankfully for our IT department, we were able to work virtually. Everyone had to learn how to do tech. But we used Zoom. We still had our files, thankfully, at our hands with a computer. But we maintained contact with our victims. We used our phones, we used our computers, we had Zoom. The wheels of justice, they are slow. And we still are asking for patience. We ask our victims and our survivors for patience. But we will get through it. And that's the challenge. Patience. I want the public to know that victims have rights. A lot of victims say that the defendants have all the rights. We don't have any rights. The defendants have all the rights. I hear that a lot. And that's not true. That's not so. Victims do have rights. And the legislative intent was so that victims and witnesses are treated with respect, dignity, courtesy, and sensitivity. And that they are afforded their rights in a manner no less vigorous than that of the criminal defendant. And I want our victims to know that they have rights. And that is what our department does. They make sure that victims know what their rights are and that they are afforded their rights. And that's what Victims' Rights Week is all about. Celebrating the progress made on behalf of crime victims and honoring those rights.